Howdy ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. Hey folks, today I want to make a quick video on caulking, okay? So let's bring the camera right over here. And first of all, we'll talk about some of the tools that you'll need. You'll definitely need a caulk gun, okay? As you can see, this one here has been used quite a bit. This is a pretty good quality caulk gun. And I highly recommend spending at least $15 or so on one similar to this that has a little quick button release on the back of it. Some of the sheet metal looking ones are kind of flimsy and they flex a lot. This was made out of a thick enough gauge material that it holds up well and you can do a nice job. Another tool that you will need is a knife. I recommend using a razor knife to cut the end of the caulk open, and also a cup of water with a wet rag. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk about opening up a tube of caulk, okay? Some people will take a pair of dikes or a pair of tin snips or something like that and cut the end off. I don't like doing that because what it does is it squeezes the end of this tip kind of in an oblong shape. I recommend a razor knife, and I would recommend cutting just the minimum off of here. We don't want a very large hole. We just want to have a small hole. You can always squeeze out more if you need be. But just make a nice little cut on the end of that, as you can see, about that size right there, okay? Okay guys, on some types of caulk, they will be sealed. Here, there'll be a seal like right down inside here, and you'll have to take this little poking thing on the end of your caulk gun, and you'll actually have to shove it, see if I can do this, shove it down in the hole until you can break that little seal down inside your caulk, okay? I don't think this type of caulk actually has a seal like that, but I just want to show you that just so you'll know. Now, go ahead and install your tube of caulk into your caulk gun, and we'll go ahead and take up all the space here until we get a little bit coming out. And we're just going to squeeze a little bit of caulk out, and when you're done, hit your button. That'll release the tension off of your tube of caulk, so hopefully it won't sit there and keep oozing caulk out of the end of the gun, okay? Okay, we got our caulk gun ready to go with a new tube of caulk. We got our cup of water and our wet rag. We're going to head outside and I'm going to show you a couple techniques for caulking. Okay, we're out here where we're going to do a little bit of caulking today. We put some new wood up yesterday. First of all, we're going to take our wet rag, squeeze some of the water out of it, and we're going to kind of squeeze the majority of it out of it. You just want a damp rag, okay? So you can keep your hands wet, nice and wet. And I'll show you why here in just a minute, okay? So we're gonna grab our caulk gun, and the first thing we're gonna do, I think we'll just go right up here. And we're gonna put a bead up against these two boards right here. We wanna squeeze some in, and we want a nice joint there. And we're just gonna go up about right here, and we're gonna start squeezing and pulling, okay? Making sure if there's a crack there that we're filling it up nicely. Okay, and we're going to release right here. Make sure you hit your button so you kind of don't get lose a lot of your caulk out of the end of it. Now quickly with a wet finger, okay, you can take your wet finger and you can just smooth it right down through here, and that is nice and slick, okay? You don't see any little marks of any kind in the caulking. It's just nice and smooth. Now on all these wood to wood surfaces, we can use that technique. Now let me show you something a little bit different. If you're going up against brick like we're getting ready to go right here, we're gonna just lay us a nice bead in there, and we're not gonna spread it around, because if you do, you'll end up getting a bunch of it on your brick. So I'm just gonna demonstrate caulking up against this brick right quick. And you might have some spots that might actually take more if you got a crack there to fill, so just work nice and slow. Make sure you're filling in whatever type of crack that you have. See right there, we got a crack, so we kind of slowed down with the gun and let it fill the crack up. Right here, same thing. And we just keep working down here nice and slow. Don't try to spread it afterwards. All right, I'm going to stop right here for just a minute. And you see we got a nice little bead there, and you don't even hardly notice it. But if I took my finger and tried to spread it like you do on this one up against wood on wood, you'd end up smearing this stuff all over the brick, and we don't want to do that. So guys, that's kind of the two basic styles of caulking. Now let me show you one more thing before we go, and another product here. We got some painter's putty, and it's a little bit thicker bodied than caulk. Now we could put caulk over these nail heads here and it would cover just fine, but as soon as it dried out it will shrink up a little bit. But this painter's putty, I'll show you what it looks like. Comes inside a little tub, and you scoop you out a little bit, roll it up in your hands a little bit, kind of get it soft and everything, and you can just take that with your hand, take the whole little piece there and just kind of pinch off a piece in that hole. See there, that nail head's filled up right there. We rubbed it in there, it's filled up. You can just rub right back across it with your finger and fill those nail heads as you go. And this stuff here won't shrink up quite as much, and you're pretty much ready to paint right over top of that. So guys, that's some hang on, let's wait, this big old truck gets by. That's some techniques that I use for caulking. And if you've never caulked before, hopefully this video will help you out a little bit. Thank you for watching the video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, we are on Patreon if you want to give $1 or so. And we are on Facebook as well, and links for that will be down below. Have a great day.